Bam, live at the Blue Force Gear booth, SHOT Show 2020. So we got some questions, right, Clay?
Yes, we do.
All right. So we want to get to answering questions.
Yeah, go ahead and pull it up on Instagram. Are those the questions that
I've got 3 here, and I assume there's more.
Yeah, there'll be some more on Instagram.
First one is from Addict360. B&T or Surefire, who makes the better suppressors? They both make very good suppressors. I have the most experience with Surefire, so my default would be to go with Surefire. Nothing against B&T, I just don't have as much experience with them. The thing I like about Surefire is the lack of zero shift. In terms of once you zero the optic in your long gun, whether the suppressor's on or off, you have minimal to no zero shift. That is one of the selling points to a Surefire. So they would be my default, but I want to first one to say B&T also makes excellent suppressors. All right. Now, the book of Eli 95, do you prefer fixed or folding iron sights with an optic? I prefer fixed sights in the bottom 1/3 field of view if I'm running a red dot sight, such as name point. If it is a magnified optic, I prefer folding sights. So I can fold it down and I don't have any ghost image or any of that kind of stuff. So fixed sights, bottom 1/3 field of view with a red dot sight, folding sights with a magnified optic. The Butler did at 37. Why is everyone jealous of my Vickers Sling? I don't need to tell you why that is.
Go ahead.
One of a kind, baby. Hundreds of thousands are in service around the world.
I think we did the latest count, over 275,000.
Over 275,000 used by a wide variety. Not only U.S. military, but allied military as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's why everybody's jealous of your Vickers Sling.
The best.
What's that? It's the best. There you go. All right, any more questions?
How many different types of Vickers slings are currently being made?
Oh man, I am glad I have got John here to answer that.
You know, I don't even know. Our updated price list has at least 3 pages worth. You can find all the current versions on blueforcegear.com. And there's also, every several weeks we load out a new limited run. So like medic slings, you can catch that with both adjusters, and then also in different colorways. And also check out the custom sling configurator. We still have both of those and padded and unpadded. So every which way you want to put hardware, colors, everything.
Excellent. So I don't know. The answer, I don't know, but you just heard that over 3 pages worth. Cool. Next question.
Nothing yet right now.
Hey, John, what's new? We're going to be doing a video for my YouTube channel, but what's new for BFG here at SHOT? Yeah, I catch you off guard.
I got it. No, I got it. We did that.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys got belts coming up.
Yeah, we've got them all done. I think they're using the meeting. We can do a walk around.
Sure.
Let's just move the cameras.
Yeah.
Let's do a walk around with Larry.
John, yeah, walk around with me. We need John now. He's the SME.
Okay, he's bringing it to us.
All right, John.
There we go. Got it. Sorry about that.
What do we got?
What here I have is the lightweight Molly minus belt. I'll hold that for you. We have the lightweight Molly minus belt. It's an inner and outer belt. So this takes place of kind of like your duty belt. So you'd have this going through your pants, it'll hold your pants up, and then this will Velcro after. This one might look a little different than what you normally see in stores. This is a rated belt designed for military customers so that you can clip into your helo either on the front or in the back. It's Molly compatible here, built out of Ultra Comp with the Molly Minus, so you can weave your pouches on it. So all of the pouches that you see, like the 10-speed pouches, or if you've got smoke, frag, anything like that, you can also run your pistol on here. And you'll notice that it's pretty rigid, and that's going to keep the gun from sagging down and also from kind of flipping down as well.
I noticed you got a flare too, a hip flare, so it's narrower at the top versus the bottom.
Yeah, so if you look at it, it's going to sit on your hips just like this, and the real magic happens is when you unfold it, and you see that it's actually been sewn and constructed like this. So if you ever have pull out your pants belt, your old leather belt, and you put it on the table and you realize it kind of does that same thing, what this gives is if you ever have like a scuba webbing, like duty belt, when you put it on, it feels like you're wearing a hoop, and it doesn't really move. Whereas this is going to kind of contour a little bit, a lot more comfortable. So you can wear this every day, all day.
And then so you put this in as your inner belt.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then that goes to the outer belt.
Yep. And if you want to be really slick and do something nobody else has, this is actually reversible too. So if you wanted to wear it, say, on the multi-cam side of the house, you can have that.
Just as a regular belt.
Yeah. And we'll be like, oh, what is that? We're like, oh, it's my Blue Force Gear lightweight Molly minus belt.
All right.
So these are rolling out. We are taking dealer orders now, and they'll be rolling out here first part of this year.
What colors are we looking at?
Starting off with just a multicam, but we'll get the other colors later. And we're also working on a non-rated belt so that we won't have loops. For guys like me who not really
use it on the range.
Yeah, not really strapping in a helicopter. So
good deal. Okay, what do you got now? What's next?
This here is the Plate Minus version 6. So we launched the Plate Minus series carriers a couple years ago. So this is kind of the latest generation here. This actually has a full-size admin pouch for something like your phone. Put your phone right in here. It's got a big thick case on it. You can do this, or you can do it vertically, just like that. Also has a drag handle on the back that's often been much requested. And then also notice these little details here is for routing, hydration, and communication cables. You can take these and zip tie or one round. Also, the way Steven and his Edit crew have been able to do it, you can actually go all the way up and run your cables all the way this way.
This available? Yes, you said that's a version 6?
Yeah, this is also we're taking orders, and these will be delivered shortly. So both these and the belt are in production.
Excellent. I get questions all the time. People are asking, when are we going to do another limited edition AK Sling?
I would say, if you give us some really good ideas of what you think would be really
I would
awesome,
tell you guys that. Make sure you give us feedback on my social media, Instagram, Facebook, also Blue Force Gear social media. We want to hear your ideas. We got some stuff percolating, and we do that on a regular basis. Some of them come to life, some of them don't. Some of them come to life way down the road. Also had questions of where we're going to revisit any of the classic AK slings from before, like the first gen one or the second gen one that had some different features and hooks and whatnot. Are we ever going to do that?
Joe, I want to hear the backstory of the very first special edition, limited edition. It had the original AK Sling snap hook on it, but it's not like a regular US snap hook. You can put it on and off. You know, for any of you guys who used it, once you put it on, you need pliers to take that thing off.
You need pliers to get it off.
It's really not optimal, especially if you have something like the universal wire loop or the U loop. You can kind of put it on. It's nice and quiet. It's all dingly jangly on that. The hiccup on that was actually sourcing those original Russian hooks. I found a pretty popular reseller of parts, and I was able to get 500 of those. Now, the AK slings are about 1.5 inches wide, and the webbing using the Vickers slings is 1.25 inches. So I actually had to take that, and when you think like, oh, well, we have people to do it. It's like, no, it was me and another guy that was working at the time. We sat there watching think we were watching Battle of Los Angeles with wire clippers, and we clip them, and then he'd put them in an arbor press, and we just
bend
a
them
little
down.
bit.
Yeah.
Yep. So we did 500 of those, and that's when we said, I don't think we'll ever. And Steven said too, he's like, bro, you can't. That's not sustainable. So I think we're gonna do this 500.
And that's it. So that first one, and those things sold out. I remember that first Sling sold out in like a little over 24 hours.
Yeah, it was less than 2 days. It was just.
They just went in no time. So if you've got one of the first Slings that has that Warsaw pack hook, you've got a collector's item, and you heard it from the horse's mouth. It ain't gonna happen again.
Yeah, I touched a part of that Sling with those couple Slings. Ended it crushing it.
Cool. Got any questions from the fans at home? Anyone? Bueller? Questions earlier were, it might have been before we even got on online, what have I seen that I like at the show? I like the SIG P210. I've got several of them. The American-made ones, believe it or not, for the price, are outstanding pistols. They shoot very well. They've now come out with a carry version that's going to be out later this year, but think of a lightweight Commander as a SIG P210. That one's got a lot of merit. And then Walther's got a steel frame 4-inch version of the Q4, which looks like it has a lot of merit as well. Clay, any questions? Anyone? Buell?
We're just watching.
I got questions.
All right, let's hear it.
I think story time or trivia time.
All right, trivia time.
Well, no, I got a question.
Now we're going to go ahead.
Thoughts on the 5.7 caliber? Because I'm asking the follow-up question is going to be the new Ruger 5.7.
You know, it's basically a 22 Win Mag. It's what it is. It's ballistically a 22 Win Mag. So, would you be happy with that gun in 22 Win Mag? That's what you have to ask yourself. And maybe you will. Maybe it's a gun I'm going to carry around and shoot varmints and stuff, and I would be happy with it. And if that's the case, then you'd be okay with it. That's a 22 Win Mag. That's what it is. Now, yeah, there's projectile differences and whatnot, and stuff that'll penetrate body armor and whatnot. But you just need to look at it from that point of view. And like the HK one, the 4.6, that's basically a 17 HM. So those micro calibers are, you're not going to get, you're not going to bend the laws of physics with those calibers. So you need to understand that going into it. They're not going to be something that, they're not going to be a rifle caliber or whatever. So if you're happy with a gun in 22 Win Mag, then you would probably be okay with that.
Hey Larry, I got a question.
Yeah.
So taller mounts on ARs are becoming increasingly popular, all the way up to 193 and 2-inch. So for somebody who's going from a shorter red dot or LPDO mount up to a taller mount, how do you recommend getting a more consistent chin weld, if you will, to
practice? Because see, here's the thing. Back in the day when we did all this, we had regular carry handle guns and we had and so you didn't have a cheek weld, you had a chin weld. You were all the way up here, and you can do it with practice. What is the reason they're going back in that direction? What's the thought process behind going back?
So if you read the internet, it's everything from gas mask shooting to nods-based shooting. That's becoming increasingly popular, and a more heads-up, snapping the weapon up. The eye box is immediately in your eye. You don't have to crane your head.
Okay, that's what I figured. It was going to be some things along those lines, like gas mask and whatnot. It's just practice and think of more of a chin weld. I mean, it's perfectly usable. We used them on carry handles for a long time, and it worked like a champ. So it can be done.
Just finding that consistent point.
Yeah. Other questions? Anyone?
I want to see the vest again. Can we show the vest?
Oh, the vest again at request. Molly Minus version 6.
Bullet version 6. And
V6.
what you'll notice here is there's no plates in here. There's no soft armor. And look at that. You'd have to kind of get way down there to see. That's it. So that's what Blue Force gear is all about. It's just unbelievably lightweight. And this is constructed out of Ultracomp, which is a high-performance laminate. It's been downrange, it's been proven. So you think like, oh, I'll just tear this. It's like, you'll tear your fingers off before you tear this material. Another great thing about Ultracomp is that it is inherently FR and it's self-extinguishing. So we've done both lab testing and testing behind the shop, where we'll light this on fire with a torch, and it'll kind of burn, and then turn itself off. And we've kind of tested other laminates the same way, and it just burns and burns and burns.
Smolders.
And then you've got that dripping mess of molten plastic on the bottom there. That's so. Also have MOLLE compatible on the bottom here, so that's great for your tourniquet now strap. So we don't have it here, but in the office we've got a setup that was worn downrange by Rangers, and there's the rubber band tourniquets on the bottom, whereas this you can actually use the tourniquet now straps. Also, you might notice is a different is the older MOLLE Minus had holes where it had this grid pattern. We'll switch to the slots here. We actually have more adjustability both up and down here. It's just like magic here. You think like, oh, that's a small pouch. I don't know what's going to do with that. So, that's great for guys that are running the little mini tablets for their phones if they're doing any different operations like that's what that out there. So, or if you're going to really be slick, you could do something like this. Turn your camera on, so then when you're running your course or your match or whatever.
Look at that!
Yeah,
you got a little body cam.
Yep. I've done that. I know it's kind of airsofty, but then you see the bottom of the gun, you see the mag changes, or shooting shotguns, shells kind of coming up the bottom. So.
Awesome. What else is cooking? We want to do some giveaways for the people at home.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
What we got?
Oh, check this out. This stuff has some stories too.
You got a question?
I think they're all just in awe of you. They just want to hear your stories. Got any good stories?
Let me see. I'll think on that. Let's get a giveaway going.
So we did something different. We've got some very limited edition stuff. This is the last event. Like, check that out. This is so. I have my prediction here is ACU is going to be like M81 Wood Legend. Remember when they kind of phased that out and everybody moved to this, and
then it's going to come back.
Yep, and yeah, eventually people are going to say that was back in my day. And it's kind of had that nostalgia. So I don't think we have any more ACU webbing left in the shop. So we had a few left on the shelf. So I grabbed everything that was left, and I said, that's it. Can't buy it, can't anything. Once you win it, that's it.
Cool. Excellent. Well, let's do a trivia question. I'm going to throw a softball out there. Armalite that designed the AR-15, the original Armalite, was located where? I'll give you, you tell me the state and I'll be happy that it was located in. You don't even have to tell me the town or the city or anything like that. Just give me the state that the original Armalite that developed the AR-15, where it was located. This is a softball by my standards. Maybe it's not a softball. Anyone? Anybody got it? Any answers? Oh man. The original Armalite, not the current one that's in Illinois. That one doesn't count. The original Armalite. Yeah, trivia question. You know where the original Armalite was located?
Costa Mesa, California.
Dude, right there. Bam.
That's where I live.
Bam. Studio audience.
So hang around, and we actually have markers, and I'll sign it.
I'll sign it for you. That's right. California. Yes. All right, next up.
So this here is a push-button sling. So it's got push-button slings on both the front and the rear, and it's the head version.
Okay, continuing on with the AR-15 M16 theme, there's another softball. The spring-loaded dust cover on the ejection port came from what weapon?
AR-180.
Wrong.
Gotta go back a little more.
You were batting 1,000.
Yeah, the spring-loaded dust cover was taken from what weapon? Now I'll throw you a bone.
U.S. foreign made.
Foreign made. On the AR, it folds down or snaps down. You spring loads down, and then on the original, it goes up. Wrong. It goes up on the original. The design, nope. Design is basically almost identical when you see them. That's obviously where it was copied. It flips up on the original, flips down on the AR. No. This is an easy one now.
Friend?
What? Friend?
Yeah.
No. It's an easy one. This is one. Sturmgewehr. Bam. Well done.
Yeah,
The Sturmgewehr. Yes. All right. You guys stick around. You're going to clean up. We got a small studio audience. And we got some people at home that are kind of asleep at the wheel. Yeah. All right.
But no, it's no joke. Last year we had a guy, it was a younger guy, and he was in school for gunsmithing. And he cleaned up.
He totally cleaned up.
Slings or something, and he was back here getting them all signed. It's like, hey, whatever. This is not communism. So you guys get them.
Yes.
You guys get them all. None of this. Everybody's
That's right. Yeah.
Ask me a fire department question. Come on, I'll clean up.
We still, there's a coupon code if you want to, that's the coupon code, it's shot 15 shot.
15 shot?
Yeah,
Okay.
50% off coupon code. They can get on our website right now.
Okay, so 15 shot, and then get on blueforcegear.com right now and use it for 15% off. 15 shot. Okay.
That is throughout the week.
Throughout the week, 15 shots, good for throughout SHOT Show. Okay, we got, what's this? What do we got?
That is the standard issue Vickers sling. So that is the NSN sling. So that is what comes on the M27 IAR.
Excellent.
That's it. So for all the cloners out there that are trying to get parts and pieces that are no longer made, no, not us. That's it right there.
Awesome.
That's the same thing that's issued in the military, and then the spec as well.
Awesome. Okay. Since it's a 416 variant. Yeah, so this is a gun that is used on the HK M27, you know, they make, which is a 416 variant. I'm going to try to give you guys a gas system question that won't be too difficult. The gas system on the HK 416 was adapted from what weapon? And there's a few, what's that? No. There's a few guns here that I'll kind of give you credit for.
XM8?
No. Nah, because the one on the XM8 was taken from a previous gun. It has to be one of the predecessors. A couple different answers here that I'll give you. No, that's just kind of a, it was adapted. The G36, the XM8, HK416 were adapted from some earlier guns. All right, there was one mentioned here earlier. Somebody mentioned it.
Sturmgewehr?
No.
Bren?
No, not the Bren gun. Love that Bren gun. Nope.
It's a short stroke.
Short stroke gas piston. It has a piston, a spigot, and a piston, and a pusher rod. And that's shaken. No.
It's gas cap.
Look at that.
I mentioned that.
Who said that?
Online.
Yeah, AR-180, AR-18, AR-180. That is perfectly acceptable. That's a direct predecessor. Now that gas system was not originated on that weapon. It was taken from a World War II small arm. But yes.
His name is Abe Lucy.
Abe Lucy?
Yeah.
You got it.
Like Lucy, but bald.
You got it. So that's his sling.
Make sure you get his information. We're
Let's
going
get
to put
his
that
info.
right back in the bag. That's off the table.
Bam. What's next?
What we got here? This is also a good seller here. This is the padded Vickers sling. It's in powder brown and black, so you do the most popular
Padded
colors.
Vickers sling?
That's a
Padded
padded Vickers sling.
VCAS.
That's it.
Thank you.
Nylon hardware, lightweight.
Set it up
Warranty
with
forever.
QD.
Yep. Well, if you need the QD one, we got you covered here.
So you need a fire department question. I don't have any fire.
We have a lot of gun guys on the
Okay, all right. Well, here's another softball. All of these to me are softballs, and they're all kind of the same ones I ask every year. Give me two differences between the 1911 and 1911 A1. Two. There's a total of 6. Give me 2.
bevels under the magwell or the trigger guard.
There's one. Scallops behind the trigger on the trigger guard. There's one.
Safety.
Which safety?
The length of the size of the safety.
Which one?
Between the 8.
Yeah, but I mean, there's 2 safeties on it. There's 2 safeties. There's a thumb safety and a grip safety. Which one?
Oh, thumb safety.
Wrong.
I thought there was a difference between the A1.
Okay, we got one there. Scallops behind the trigger guard, behind the trigger behind the trigger guard.
No.
Dovetail sights?
Nope. Anyone? Bueller?
Can I have half the sling?
About the mainstream.
Well, yeah,
mainstream housing.
yeah, I'll give you that. But now we got 1-1. You guys will have to share this sling. Have to cut it in half.
Oedipus
The grip safety. Yeah.
What's the difference with the grip safety?
Pump on the grip safety.
Now,
That's later.
man, I'm gonna. You know, I have a policy. We just don't hand these out for nothing.
Yeah, you just say I'm going to keep that in the hip pocket.
Oh, drift sight, front sight.
That was his try. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
You guys need to bone up on your 1911 A1 history. Study it. You guys in Shot Show tomorrow?
Ask me a Glock question.
Okay, I will ask you a Glock question. I will. All right, let's do one, and I'll ask you a
Can
Glock
we do
question.
fire nozzles first, though?
Yeah.
All right, I got the 2-to-1 sling, so it's got QDs on both ends, and you can do it the single.
Oh, that's even better.
Don't mess this
Okay.
up. It's a Glock question. This is for you. This
So
is
I set up
this is set
all
up for
my
you.
slings.
Don't mess this up.
All right. First polymer frame handgun.
H&K. I forget the name, but it was made by H&K.
VP70. Boom, did I redeem myself?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Well, here, I got a question. Thoughts on when Ian on Forgotten Weapons did the full auto one? Have you ever shot in one of the full auto VP70s?
VP70.
Or I know there's
Yeah,
different
there's
designations.
VP70Z is the semi-auto. VP70. No, I have not shot a full auto.
That looks nuts.
Yeah, I'd
How
like to
fast it
shoot
is,
one.
and it's just
Yeah, I'd like to shoot one. They're pretty rare, by the way. They're not a common gun. They're pretty uncommon.
how did Ian get it?
I'm sure he got one somewhere. All right, what's next?
What we got here? So this is the regular Vickers sling in multicam.
Okay, Raider Vickers.
You know what's really cool here? I'll give you a little tidbit about this too. So this is printed. So the multicam pattern is printed over the webbing. The base color is sand. It's really light tan. It's really cool. You can tell the really cool guys is after you use it, it kind of wears off on the top, and you get that kind of like snake skin camel pattern net on it. And so when you see that, it's like that guy uses this thing. That's yeah.
Okay, another Glock question. The lockup, barrel locking mechanism for the Glock was taken basically almost identical from what weapon?
High power?
I mean, just, you might as well say a cut and paste, almost a cut and paste. New. Anybody at home got this, or are they still asleep at home? No.
Foreign or domestic? Can you
Foreign.
repeat the question for?
Okay, repeat it. The locking mechanism, the barrel lockup in the Glock, was taken from what weapon? Or what weapon system per se? And it's virtually a cut and paste, almost identical.
VP7.
No. I may have to slide this one in the hip pocket. Anybody?
At least give me the answer because I can
Did you ask another question?
Oh man, I got to keep it for tomorrow.
Gonna roll it into tomorrow's prizes.
Yeah, we'll throw it in tomorrow. You guys totally messed up the 1911 one. If you come back tomorrow, if you do some studying and you come back tomorrow, I'll throw these questions out again. And all right, that was an easy one. I'm a little shocked at you guys. That Glock one was, I'll tell you offline.
Oh, okay.
That was
I know it's
pretty
on the high
easy.
power. The high power's got the locking lugs and the slide in the barrel, but just like the 1911. So that's not that.
All right, you ready to do another one?
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
I was thinking.
Oh, here's another one that is rare, that is never ever coming back. So that is a Vickers sling. It's the unpadded version. So this is in foliage green. Foliage green is a 100% discontinued color for BFG. So everything that used to be foliage green, including the pull tab on the NSN sling, is now wolf gray. So very similar in color, but the wolf gray is more gray. This is more green. This is probably my favorite solid color of the slings, and this also has metal hardware. So it's the steel tri-glides, and it's the aluminum adjuster. So you remember years ago on the TAC TV, when there was Blue Force Brittany and Steven, and you guys pulled the Raptor with that sling.
Yeah, I do remember that. Absolutely. Okay, name a favorite weapon. Military small arm. What's that? FAMAS. Oh yeah, okay. Oh man, this might be a tough one. Locking mechanism of a FAMAS.
It's just a rotating bolt.
Wrong.
No?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not laughing. I don't know either.
Package for tomorrow is going to be huge.
I'm thinking of Ian, you know, and all of his.
Oh yeah, because he loves French guns. He loves it. No, it's not rotating bolt. Don't know.
Ask another question. It's not French guns.
Oh yeah, okay. American guns. You want an American gun?
Yes.
Okay.
Or,
The locking mechanism. Yeah. Okay. Tell me. Give me an American gun. You want a question on?
M1 Garand.
Oh. Trigger mechanism from the M1 Garand has been utilized widely. Most prominently in what weapon was the M1 Garand trigger mechanism adapted to?
Was it the Enfield?
No.
M1A?
Huh?
M1A?
No. That's basically a derivative of the M1 Garand. Oh man.
What was the question?
The question was he wanted a question on the M1 Garand. And the trigger mechanism, the question was the trigger mechanism on the M1 Garand has been used in a wide variety of weapons, but mainly, most famously, most notably, in what weapon system?
Both action rifles.
Remington 700?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just throwing things out.
It's not a bolt action rifle. The M1 Garand's not a bolt action
No,
rifle.
it's not. It's not. But was this weapon before or after the M1 Garand?
And after.
I feel like that. Probably wrong, but FNFAL?
No.
Dang.
Are you going to ask the question again tomorrow? Or can you tell
Yeah,
us?
I'll ask him. But you have to remind me. If you're here, remind me, hey, how about the one about, and I'll remember. But yeah, I'll ask it again tomorrow and give you a chance. You guys got to do some homework. It's a problem with this generation, though. They can't Google. They take the phone away and the Google away.
hey, I'm not going to stand up here and pretend like I know all the answers. When you drill me, I got like a third of them right. So yeah, I get
Okay.
the top questions.
All right. Okay.
We got about 3 minutes left on live, and we can shut
Okay.
this down and we can ask some any questions.
All right.
So this one here is the Wolf bracelet. So this is what took over the foliage green. So very cool sling. Oh, this is a push button too. So it's got push buttons on both sides and the cap. So cool. Cool sling.
Okay, we had a Galil request. Real quick for the folks at home. The side folding stock on the Galil was adapted from what weapon?
FNFAL?
FNFAL para, correct. Well done. Okay, let's do
Got
one
one left,
more,
one
one
left.
quick here.
One
We'll
left.
do another one on the Galil.
This is a black innocent sling. So
Black NSN sling, another one on the Galil. Who provided the initial receivers that were made for the Galil? The initial receiver, that forged receiver, came from who? Huh? Ethiopia.
I know they use the gun.
No. South Africa's their licensed version of it. But no, that forged receiver was taken from what weapon system, was adapted from. Yeah, but this is I want a more direct lineage. This particular weapon is also a Kalashnikov variant. It was, almost identical.
oh, that explains.
Even some of the early ones, Valmet. Man, well done.
Larry, your national treasure.
Thank you.
Tell Steve that he won the last question as well. There's a little bit of delay online.
Okay, Steve online.
Yeah, direct message us.
Okay, Steve won it. Which one did he win?
Right there. Foliage
He got the question, the FNFAL.
Okay, Steve won the foliage green stock or sling. Awesome.
That in. Oh, there's
Bam.
a bag. There's a bag here.
Oh,
Is
okay.
there a grand prize? A multi-part step here for the bag? Because this bag is the Jedburgh pack. These also are...
All right, one more question. This is for still some people online, I guess. The Jedburgh pack.
How about a Jedburgh question?
Now, let me see if I can come up with something small arms-wise that might fit in. Not necessarily a Jedburgh question, but certainly a World War II resistance fighter question. The Sten gun, very famous weapon, British Sten gun, was inspired by what weapon? I mean, Brits were in dire straits after Dunkirk, and they had to come up with, that's kind of how the Sten gun came about. But what weapon inspired the Sten gun? Magazine is almost an identical copy. They don't interchange, but it's almost an identical copy. And also, the sheet metal tube construction of the Sten gun came from what weapon? This is a Jedburgh.
MP38.
Huh?
MP38 or MP18.
And I'm going to ask Alex Trebek. Are we in a good mood today, or?
I think so. We kind of. There's a couple.
Okay, all right. I'll give him MP38. Technically, it's the MP40, which was the successor to the MP38. MP38 had a machined steel receiver. They machined it, but the MP40 had a stamped sheet metal receiver, and that gun inspired the Sten. So I'll give him that one. Alex Trebek might.
There's an MP44. Is that
No,
No.
that's wrong.
Just making sure.
Whoever said MP38 because I'm in such a good mood, Chris Kringle, that's my middle name, he's got the Jedburgh pack.
Is there a second? Is there a follow? Maybe he can redeem himself and get full credit.
What's full credit? They already got the pack. All right.
We got
Awesome.
we got patches. Everybody stick around and they'll sign. We got Mark.
Yeah, I got about another 5 or 7 minutes. They'll sign pictures, grip and grin.
Oh yeah, we got the pictures here too.
And
sign off for the people online. Tell
hey
them to
guys,
come back tomorrow.
Yeah, come back tomorrow. We'll be back here again, 2 o'clock.
place, same time.
Yeah, so 2 to 3, right?
Correct.
So 2 to 3, same thing.
Pacific Standard Time.
Pacific Standard Time. Guys, study up some of these questions. We had M1 gearing stuff. I think there's a Glock question, 1911 question. You just study that stuff up and have it on hand. So when I ask the questions, you can answer. All right? Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bam.